So, what was it all like for the girls?
Anything you have passion about, just go to it. Don't really listen to what people are saying. You know, actually in my class especially, everybody just wants to be a doctor, a doctor, a doctor. You know, nobody's thinking about being an artist because it's like it's a boring something, a boring curse. I actually saw people on the streets that, like a guy playing violin. He was just playing it so passionately. He didn't even care if they were actually dropping money. You know, he was just playing it out of his whole heart. He was so happy doing it. You know, back in Nigeria, we were always thinking that the foreigners were living in splendor, like enjoying or just enjoying. But when I came and saw people struggling, it's still the same thing. And that is the mentality that is really as in bringing us down, degrading us in Nigeria. We always want to be like the foreigners, but they are also struggling, trying to make do with what they have. But we're always looking at them, like want to be like them, living as in letting go of our culture, our traditions, and so whatever. Although, yeah, the missionaries, okay, that's done a whole lot of good, but our culture remains because during the ancient time, without that culture, we were savages, actually savages. It was not like unified us, so we shouldn't let go of it. That was what I actually learned, especially from a Brazilian woman at the Frankfurt Book Fair. You know, I was so disappointed to see that our culture was like cherished most in Brazil rather than in Nigeria. I was like, so what is this? Like, so I actually had this resolution, and that is to preserve the African culture, especially in Nigeria.
Being in Germany has actually been a really nice experience. It's been really exciting, learning new places because it's actually my first time here in Europe. So it was really exciting getting to know how actually they live. And I found out they're really humble and then quiet and peaceful people here in Germany. They are really nice. Some of them are really nice, and then it's been a really nice experience. All the sites we visited, and I found out they have a really rich cultural background, like where we visited the old city in Mainz, then St. Martin's Church and everything. So, and this, I think the standout place for me was actually at the book fair. I was really surprised how much people respected books. I never knew that, all my life, I've never known that books were so revered, respected, and had so much regard in other places because they aren't really treated so, you know, with so much reverence as they are treated here in Europe, back in Africa, Nigeria to be precise. It's a really great thing, and it really, you know, surprised me how much people respected the books there, both African books and different books from all over the world. And then the Brazilian lady really inspired me about how we should preserve our culture. I really don't really have that much, I didn't have that much respect for, you know, our culture, or I wasn't trying to preserve it. But when I heard what she had to say to us, I was really touched. I really had a new resolution to change the way us in Nigeria felt about it, about our culture. I really plan not to lose it, to find out everything about it right now. I'm really, you know, looking forward to hear how everything started and how life has been in a wider scope and stuff like that. So I think the most, like, the standout point in this whole thing is that hard work pays. If I never knew that I would actually be in Germany right now, if someone had told me, I wouldn't have believed it just through my essay competition. And now I believe that you should really work hard and be determined to do anything you're told to do. Don't treat it like reluctantly. Always put your heart into it.
It's been quite an eye-opening experience. I've met so many people that hold different positions in society. You know, I've come across so many places. We went to so many destinations, and it was really fun. It was something you could enjoy naturally. So I really appreciated that. And then another thing I noticed is it kind of changed my perspective of Europeans in general. Coming across so many people, just meeting them, getting to know them. And I think what caught my attention the most was when we visited the, African Institute at the Gutenberg University, where we came across over 1,000 or even much more than that, lots of African books. These books, we can't even find them in our own country. So it was really, amazing. I was surprised. I was like, wow, that it's here, but not in Nigeria. So that was quite interesting for me, and it gave me a lot of thoughts about the way our country is. So I think that was the standout experience for me. In general, visiting different places, meeting different people, it made me realize that knowledge is power. The more people you know, it really helps. It helps to, broaden your horizon. And I think it's important that we acknowledge that people that are successful today, it's not by accident. They didn't just get lucky. They actually worked hard towards achieving their goals, and they were able to transfer their visions and their dreams into reality.
And the mothers had their thoughts to share.
So I will encourage parents to give it all it takes, help their children to cultivate a good reading culture, and do less of Disney channels and Nintendo games and all whatnot, you understand? And they put in more effort into this. Scalia, I know it's not by strength anyway, but let's just try and let our effort be seen, So that's my kind of advice. Thank you.
I really think that we should start to appreciate our writers, our poets, and we should have a library, just to celebrate these people. And most of these writers, somebody like Chinua Achebe is dead. We have to create like a museum just to, create something for, the kids that are coming up with that, okay, this man is not alive, but this is the legacy he has, really left behind. And I think that it's a very good thing to celebrate kids that loves to read, not only in the area of football, music, and all other social activities. So I think the ball is in your court. I know you still have a lot to do, and I know that a lot of people are really looking forward to this competition next year. So keep it up.
Then came the time for farewells. Like every great book, this experience will remain in the minds of these special girls for a long time to come.
I hope you enjoyed that. If you're a student out there, get yourself African literature, particularly Nigerian literature, and start reading. Books written by Wole Soyinka, Cyprian Quincy, Lola Shoneyin, Sefiata, and the rest of them. You never can tell. Next year will be another edition of the channel's Book Club Prize for Literature, and you might just be a winner. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.